Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Big D. I'm just finding out that former wrestling legend Big Van Vader died. My sleep schedule's been completely backwards, so I slept all day, so I'm just finding this out now. They say the cause of death was heart problems and pneumonia. Pretty lousy way to go. I was born in 1994, so I wasn't around during his glory days in New Japan and WCW. Before he was wrestling. He started out playing football. He was taken by the Los Angeles Rams. He was a center. He was taken 80th overall in the third round in 1978, and he even played in the Super Bowl against the Steelers. Unfortunately, after a couple seasons, he had to retire because he ruptured his kneecap. So after his football career was shelved permanently, he got into pro wrestling, and he started out in AWA in 1985, and then he went in CWA. And then finally, he got into New Japan in 1987. He was originally signed to All Japan, but there were some contract disputes that handed him over to New Japan. And it was in New Japan where he first became Big Van Vader. Back in CWA, he wrestled against Tatsumi Fujinami, who was the inventor of the Dragon Suplex and the Dragon Sleeper. The Dragon Suplex was basically a full Nelson suplex, and the Dragon Sleeper is when you're like this, and you have the person's head completely backwards like this. It's usually what you see when Sting does a Scorpion Death Drop, which was a reverse DDT. In New Japan, he feuded with the likes of Shinya Hashimoto, Simon Hashiminkoff. Forgive me if I pronounce names wrong. And also Stan Hansen. He tagged with Bam Bam Bigelow, and he feuded with the Steiner brothers. And then he went to WCW, where he feuded with the likes of Sting, Ric Flair, Abdullah the Butcher, and Rick Steiner again. He was also the guy that put over Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons was the first black wrestler to win a world title, and Vader was the guy to put him over. In New Japan, he was a three-time IWGP champion, heavyweight champion. In WCW, he was a three-time WCW heavyweight champion. And his run in WWF wasn't as good. He feuded with the likes of Yokozuna and Kane. Like I said, I usually watch some of the old... I watch the old matches. I watch some of the old matches. I wasn't alive during the time, but I watched some of the old... When I watch wrestling, I watch the old stuff. We all know how wrestling is today. Sucks fucking dick. I don't watch that garbage. I watch the old stuff. With Sting, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter, Big Van Vader. What I liked a lot about Big Van Vader when I watched his matches is, despite being a big dude who was billed at 450 pounds, he didn't necessarily move like a big man. He was a lot more agile than he looked. He was able to do moves like a moonsault, which he called the Vader Salt. But the thing I liked the most about him is he didn't have a lot of baby steps in the ring. He was always sure-footed. He had great footwork. He had good reaction time. And you were able to suspend your disbelief. You were able to get into it. He was always beast mode, through and through, ready to whip your ass. Anyway, condolences to Leon White's family. Leon White's Vader's real name, by the way. Condolences to his family, to his loved ones, to his friends. Like I said before, wrestling ain't the same anymore. It's trash now. So I watch the old stuff. And Vader's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers from the old days that I would watch from time to time, alongside Sting, Kane, The Undertaker in his prime, The Great Muta, Sergeant Slaughter, Jake the Snake Roberts. Anyway, Even though I don't drink I do not drink alcohol. I'm about as anti-alcohol as you can get. Except I don't force my lifestyle down people's throats. But either way, to Big Van Vader, may you perform more Vader salts in the HWF, the Heaven Wrestling Federation. May you continue to do more Vader bombs and Vader salts. Anyway, that's... Rest in peace, Vader. I'm gonna get out of here.